Hello again from Corporate Lagos, Nigeria, where we give you everything in between the corporate space of Lagos and Nigeria at large. So if you are new to our channel, we would like you to hit that subscribe button. Meanwhile, if you've seen our last video, you remember we talked about the legendary Toyota Land Cruiser, which is what you have right here behind me. However, today we're talking about another very interesting machine, the very capable Toyota Hilux, or Hilux, depending on which part of the world you are from. Some people call it the one vehicle. Some people call it the pilot vehicle. That is pilot on ground. However, at Corporate Lagos, Nigeria, we say it's a perfect love story between the Nigerian police force and a machine. So I'm sure the Toyota Hilux needs no special introduction, because if you've seen the Toyota Land Cruiser on the streets of Nigeria, chances are you may have seen one of these in front, leading it, or right behind it, tailing it. That's purely because corporate elites and VIPs love to have this surrounding their main carriage vehicle. Let's start with a bit of a history lesson. The Toyota Hilux was introduced in 1968, and just last year in 2023, it celebrated its 55 years. And it's been through 8 different iterations. This right here is the 2023 model. The Toyota Hilux began as a collaboration between Toyota Motors and Hino Motors. Now, Hino Motors is known for popular brands like the Isuzu Motors and MAN trucks. They basically specialize in truck manufacturing. So, when Toyota collaborated with them, they came up with the Toyota Hilux, which has been sold over the years in America as the Hilux brand. But just a year before the death of Tupac in 1995, they killed this vehicle in the United States and introduced the Toyota Tacoma. So talking about the durability of the Toyota Hilux, I'd like to tell you guys a story. In the early 2000s, while I was in secondary school, my mates were preparing for exams, but as a very serious student that I am, I stole out one late night watching the Top Gear show, hoping and anticipating to see the likes of the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the Bentleys, and the Rolls Royce. But lo and behold, the host Jeremy Clarkson was talking about the indestructible nature of the Toyota Hilux vehicle. In that particular episode of Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson subjected this car to so many torture. First, he drowned this car in a salt water. He took this car up the roof of a house rigged with explosives to be demolished. And after that, he even went as far as setting this vehicle on fire. And guess what? This car survived every ordeal he put it through. And at the end of the day, that particular episode earned this car the title, the Indestructible Toyota.
Now, we concluded after that it was pretty much unkillable.
And that is why in 2005, you find out that this car was advertised as the Unbreakable. Now, in case you don't know the impact of what this means, before you can advertise any item for something in any part of the world, you must have a proof that that item actually delivers on the promise. It then means that the Toyota Hilux delivered as an unbreakable machine, and that is why it was allowed to be marketed as such. No wonder the Nigerian police loves this vehicle. The Toyota Hilux has got a powerful off-road prowess. This truck tackles tough terrain with ease. It has an advanced 4-wheel drive system with low-range gearing and locking differentials that lets you conquer any trail with confidence. A very interesting and cool fact about the Toyota Hilux is the fact that you can't get this in the US. However, you can actually own one after 30 years of its introduction into the market. But guess what? If you have one of these and decide to sell it 30 years later to the US, you actually have it valued at twice the initial price. And that is because they know the value of this car. One of the reasons it was actually discontinued was because of the fact that it was taking US truck makers out of business in the United States. And then they had to bring in regulations to kill the Toyota Hilux in favor of their local brands. Now, before we move to show you the interior, I'd just like to quickly talk about the exterior of this vehicle. If you look at the front, it has this very bullish style to it, showing you that this is capable, especially for the off-roads. You have the LED lights and xenon headlights with some daytime running lights. And then you have a chrome grille as well as the plastic grille. Now, when we move to the sides, you notice it has this muscular look to it, also showing how capable this machine is. And a very decent ground clearance, very nice alloy rims with 17-inch wheels. This model here also comes equipped with the reverse camera. Now, this is not something you find regularly on a Toyota Hilux van, but I'm sure Toyota is gradually realizing that a lot of daily commuters are beginning to have interest in the Toyota Hilux, thanks to its new look, which makes it very sporty. And as you can see here at the back, you have these sporty bumpers attached to it as well. And another step right here to help you climb into the rear section. So you also have different engine options. You have the 6-cylinder and the 4-cylinder. And today we have the 4-cylinder option. And amongst these, you have the 2.8 liter and the 2.7 liter engine sizes as well. Let's now move into the interior. Because of the side steps, it's actually very easy to get in here. A refined infotainment cluster. You have the infotainment display, which is big, just like we saw with the Land Cruiser. And here, the steerings also come equipped with infotainment controls. You have the volume up and volume down, you have the track selection, you have the mode selection, you can even take your calls in here. Wow, this is a lot of improvement for the Toyota Hilux. And guess what, guys? It comes with a button start ignition, so you don't need to put in your keys. In front of you, just behind the steering, you have the gauge cluster, you have the rev meter, you have the fuel gauge. This does as much as 200 kilometers per hour. Unlike when this vehicle was actually introduced, the Toyota Hilux could only do up to 120 kilometers per hour. I'm sure in the top trim of this vehicle, they probably would equip here with a wireless charger for your phone. You have two cup holders, and the middle here, you have another storage section, which is actually quite basic and decent storage space, I would say. Then you have the beautiful leather seat, which I'm sure is powered. Oh, this is not powered. Okay, and at the sides there, you have good looking speakers with another cup holder just by the door. On top here, you have a space where you can keep your sunglasses. Say you're just coming from the construction site and you want to keep your sunglasses, you have a space for it here. You have the light buttons. You can actually turn this off, turn it on independently, or you set it to when the door is open. You have the sun visors. These are basic sun visors. Okay, the passenger side has a mirror attached, so your passenger can get to touch up their faces when they are in your Toyota Hilux. This comes with a cruise control enabled drive system. You can see it here. So when you are, I believe, up to 40 kilometers per hour, you can actually set this and it rides itself. Although it rides itself, your hands must always be on the steering and your legs must be just close to the brake pedals so nothing goes wrong. You have the air condition system, which is in the dual climate zone system. But however, I think this comes with very good looking buttons and quite responsive buttons when you adjust it. The seats are adjustable manually. You can move that forward and backwards, and you can actually recline and bring that up. That's about it. Let's move to the back seat. Coming to the back seat of the vehicle, you have a decent amount of headroom, decent amount of leg room, and even toe room. But I would say this is not quite as comfortable as the Toyota Land Cruiser, so it's obvious that this is purely a utility vehicle when you want to get out. And behind here you have some storage space on the back seat. Fortunately, I can't take this out because these are pretty new cars, but you can see that right here you can put in some files, you have storage for your items there. And also very interestingly again is the fact that this model here comes equipped with a rear AC vent, which you can just adjust this way. Although it doesn't have an on and off button, but I'm sure you can open and close the vent depending on how you want. You can open here. I'm sure maybe if you have a very long item, you can place it at the back and then you can probably come out here and rest here. You have a hook here for hanging your jacket. Say you're an engineer, you just arrived at the site, you want to take off your suit, you can hang that here, or hang your lab coat maybe after the day's job here as well. With this key, you can lock and open your glove box, and you can even lock and open the tailgates as well. Just before you rush out to get your Toyota Hilux, don't forget that this is a vehicle meant for utility. So the suspensions are actually very stiff, such that you don't have as much as this comfortable ride you can get maybe like in your Land Cruiser Prado or your Toyota Land Cruiser. The ride here is actually very stiff. You get to feel the road on your body when you ride on the Toyota Hilux. And also, of course, if you decide to get the V6 option or diesel option, you also have to bear in mind that these are actually very cost-intensive things to do in present-day Nigeria. But I'm sure that buyers of this vehicle, the price of fuel or diesel won't be a challenge at all for them. And where do buyers of the Toyota Hilux get their Hilux from? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Braz Autos. Braz Autos is situated in the heart of Ikoyi, the corporate capital of Lagos, Nigeria. When you decide to get your Toyota Hilux from Braz Autos, you are entitled to 1 full year of free labor costs, whatever the repairs that come up. And guess what? They also offer flexible payment plans when you choose to get your Toyota Hilux with them. Till next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we bring you more insights from corporate Lagos, Nigeria. And of course, let us know in the comment section any other vehicle you would like us to cover. Remember, this was a popular demand in our comment section from the last video we had with the Toyota Land Cruiser.